Welcome into Jersey Chasers, everybody. Welcome. Christy,
What's up?
how's it going? It's
I'm
been
not
an
well.
interesting oh Lord. We're
I'm
kind of in a football hangover, guys.
yeah, I am very unwell because I have fallen into non-football seasonal depression. It is real and it
It's
hits
been
me.
3 days.
I know. I'm not gonna make it this off season. I know I'm not gonna make it. All the head football coach controversies are all done and over with, which I'm glad about that. I'm glad everything is finally calmed down. But I just miss football so much. How
I
about you?
know. It's been an interesting week for me. We'll talk about why it's a celebratory week for me in a minute. But Christy, we got some great
Yes.
news to start off. You guys want to hear it? Well, Inside
I
Edge
want to hear it.
Network has a network sponsor. Yes, guys, we
Yay!
have a network sponsor. Shout out to Ali Rose Fragrances. Please follow them on
Yes.
Instagram. Ali Rose Fragrances.
Candles.
If you Yes, candles,
Some
body
really
mist,
good.
everything. If you use the promo code Inside Edge 20, you receive 20% off of your entire order, and it can be combined with other promotion. It is limited to one use per customer. So
Nice.
shout out to Ali Rose Fragrances. We love you
Heck
here
yeah.
over at Inside Net. And if you guys want to go visit, you can. But as we were saying, we're kind of having a football hangover here.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about it. Super Bowl
Alrighty.
LX Super Bowl 60 in a Levi Stadium. Christy, let's get your thoughts on the actual game so far, because the actual game, what did we watch? What did we
Okay,
watch?
well, we knew it was going to be very defensive sided. I didn't think it was going to be held to 3 field goals in the first half. That was just ridiculous. Um, but it was kind of fun to watch. And then it was nice to see how the teams actually woke up after halftime and started doing some stuff. It's pretty cool to of course we had the so-called streaker. And I don't know if it's these young kids, they think that a streaker is just someone that runs on the field and takes their shirt off. No, a streaker is supposed to be completely naked. So these new streakers are
Yeah.
doing it wrong.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, and I think it was the third quarter, there was a streaker. You never see it on television. I
A
learned this.
streaker.
Yeah, I learned this from my brother. He does security for the Browns. They have to essentially train themselves every pregame to catch a streaker, and every Super Bowl this happens. Usually it's a protest or something like that. I think it was just a drunk dude. But yes, before the first half, it was 9
Wait,
to nothing.
hold on. Time out. I have so many questions about how they have to train for a streaker. Can I be the person to pretend like I'm gonna run on the field for the training?
Okay, so I kind of have to explain this. So if you watch
Yes, you do.
the A&E TV show Stadium Lockup, before this was
Ah,
I think this was episode 2. It was the beginning and end of episode 2 on Stadium Lockup. They show that before each game, anybody that's the on the field security. So my brother is on the field security. He's not off. He's on the field. So on the field
mhm.
security for every game, one of their supervisors dresses up like a streaker. It's he doesn't really dress up like a streaker. He pretends to be a streaker, and they have to essentially every game every
Catch it.
game they have to do this. They have to try to catch the streaker.
That could
It
be
is
so much fun. Could you imagine if you really had it out for your supervisor and he's like, "Yeah, ha, catch me."
I think I could find the clip
That'd be
somewhere
awesome.
and post it. I will find the clip and post it. It is one of the funniest things.
Oh, I
I
need to
literally
watch
texted
that
my
so
brother
bad.
after I saw it. I was like, this is a ridiculous thing. But yeah, so the
I need to watch
streaker,
it.
I didn't know about it until I went on somebody who was at the game's social media and saw it. But it was like, yeah,
Ah,
it was like third quarter.
yeah,
But yeah, no, the game, I'm like, honestly, I was bored. I was bored the
yeah,
whole time. Even when they made it interesting, I was bored. I just think that there was so much fanfare and so much buildup around this. And I remember
yeah.
I told you last week, this was the first
Mhm.
time I've ever like saw a Super Bowl and been like, the actual football was not covered at all.
Right.
Like I went online to do some research like before our show last week just to see
Mhm.
like the matchups, with quarterbacks, like all of that stuff. Nothing. I saw
Yeah.
nothing. Nothing. And so when it came to the game, I was like, I'm bored. I'm
Yeah.
bored.
I was lucky. I had my grandbabies here to entertain me. Um, in fact, it started the minute that the kids pulled in the yard. We had Zoe and Ryan over and the kids, and then they invited their friends. So they showed up, and I see immediately Maya's out of the truck and running from her father, screaming, "No, daddy, no!" And by the time I get outside, she's clinging onto Zoe's legs and she's, "No, daddy, no." And I'm like, "What is going on?" And I scoop her up. I'm like, "What is wrong, my baby?" And she says, "Ah, blah, 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 blah." And so I look at her translator, Zoe, of course, and I'm like, "Okay,
Mhm.
what'd she say?" She said, "Daddy's trying to make her put that on." And I look over and he's holding a Patriots jersey. I said, "Well, no wonder why she's running from him crying for her life." So I said, "Come on, baby, we'll get you something else to wear." So we come inside and I open up my closet and she's looking at my closet. And I said, "Which one do you want to wear?" And she picked out my pink Baker Mayfield Cleveland Browns jersey that now has the Acuity nameplate on it. And she wore that the whole entire game.
Oh,
And
that's
she was
so
so happy.
sweet.
Yeah.
That's so
So
sweet.
yep. But I mean, like I had stuff like that going on. I had to feed all the kids. We ended up making tacos. So I had to put out all the taco bar and everything. So it was a crazy, crazy day, evening. My sister was asking me about my favorite commercial.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I missed a lot of them. I think I remember
Honestly,
seeing 2 of them.
honestly, you didn't miss much. The commercials, let me tell you right now, the commercials were the thing to do with the Super Bowl for so
Yeah,
long. To watch the commercials, to be
such a
excited
huge
about.
lead up.
Yeah, so this is the thing is that number one, they released the commercials before everything happened. So it's like, well, I can't even be excited no more because it's like, well, dag, I already know who's gonna be in the commercials. Like,
I
that
mean,
was the
like,
real.
State Farm kinda did it they kinda did it right because they did, like, the lead up to, they were
Mhm.
making you wonder, "Okay, what the heck is this gonna be?" You obviously know it was gonna be something stupid, you know,
Yeah.
but they gave you that little bit of line to get you hooked, and I like seeing John Bon Jovi there, that was kinda cool. So I do remember that commercial, and, I didn't see the Dunkin' Donuts commercial.
I'm gonna okay, I'm gonna tell you about the Dunkin' Donuts commercial. The Donuts commercial was genuinely one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. I truly was like, "What is happening?" So, the Dunkin' Donuts commercial was Ben Affleck. So, if you guys don't know this, Ben Affleck is like the national spokesperson for Dunkin' Donuts. He does all these fun commercials. He did one last year, he did one the year before. He's been
Yeah, he
doing a
was with
lot of
J-Lo
very.
doing
Yeah, he had
'em.
J-Lo doing them. They got Jen Affleck doing them. Like last year, they had Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Like it's like these commercials are very good. I will
Yeah,
say this: Ben Affleck in the Dunkin' commercials is very good. Okay,
Matt
now
Damon's writing
saying
'em.
that, when I say genuinely, this was like the most uncomfortable commercial I've ever seen
Uh,
because the whole basis of the commercial is that they took famous stars from sitcoms in 80s and 90s and put them in a commercial and said, "Well, what is the alternative story to go?" Like they kind of parodied Goodwill Hunting. If you don't know what Goodwill
mhm.
Hunting is, it's Ben Affleck's most famous movie. He wrote it, won an Academy Award for it. All that big. It's his big. It's the
Oh,
big
him and
thing.
Matt Damon.
Him and
They
Matt
wrote
Damon.
it together.
So he played Matt Damon's character.
Oh
Matt
God.
Damon wasn't in the commercial. He wasn't in the commercial at all. So he played Matt Damon's commercial person. He was playing like some kind of version of the character, but also mixed with Ross from Friends, but also mixed with another person. You had all these sitcom stars. You had Jaleel White, who didn't even play Urkel. He played a weird. He didn't even play Stefan Urkel. Like he just wasn't himself. You had Jasmine Guy, who's in a different world. She like
Right.
played like a version of her character Whitley, but not really. You
So
had
were they doing like exaggerated versions of themselves? Like, was this supposed to be
yes,
like
but
before they
no.
drank coffee or?
They were all like sitting around at a Dunkin', but the part that really was weird, like Alfonso Ribeiro looks like exactly the same, like no matter
Yeah,
what
he hasn't changed.
he wasn't the part that I was like, this is uncomfortable. It was Ted Danson. Ted Danson played his character from Cheers, and I was truly terrified. I said, "What
Oh
is this?"
no.
Like, because
Oh
I know what he looks like, and I'm like, "You
yeah,
don't look
Sam.
like this. Like,
Yeah.
you don't look like this in real life." And I'm like, "I've seen The Good
They put a
Place."
wig on him, didn't they? He didn't have
It
the white
wasn't just
hair.
oh my god, it wasn't just a wig. It was like a wig and like de-aging technology, and it was just
Well, yeah,
like,
because his face is sunken in a lot more now than what it
uh-uh,
used to be
uh-uh.
back then.
It was
They did a bad job,
truly
huh?
it was terrible. And then they
I can't
had
wait to see this.
And then they had Jennifer Aniston because again, like I said, they try to like play off of Ross from Friends. And
Right.
then of course you have to have Tom Brady in there. It was just wildly uncomfortable. And I was looking like, ugh, like this is bad. But all the commercials were either weirdly uncomfortable with bad CGI,
Oh god.
crypto, or weight loss and erectile dysfunction.
Oh,
It was wild. It was a wild
well,
like I was like, "Oh, this is bad." But the one that was like the Dunkin' one was uncomfortable. The ring commercial, let me tell you.
Oh.
Uh-uh. That was bad. They've gotten like tons of backlash from that.
What's the ring commercial?
So the ring commercial was like, "What happens if you lose your dog?" And everybody's like, "Oh, like is it about losing your dog?" And then it was like, "Nope, we're watching you on the cameras." And it's like, "Uh-uh. No. No,
Well,
no."
evidently they weren't watching close enough because Savannah Guthrie's mom got kidnapped.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. And then the one that had everybody be like, "Okay, this is not hitting like how it used to." It was a crypto commercial, but
Mhm.
nobody knew it was a crypto commercial because they suckered you in with the Backstreet Boys. And it was their song
Oh,
Everybody.
I do remember seeing like a second, like a couple seconds of that. I looked up and there they were. They
Mhm.
weren't in the black outfits like in the haunted house and mansion, whatever, like in the in
No.
the video. They were in like pure white, weren't they?
Yeah, they were in pure
Okay.
white, but, like, the commercial started off like the song, like, if it would
Mm.
be, like, karaoke, and then it got to a certain, like, line in the song, and then it was, like, something crypto, and everybody was like, "Come on now." Like, "We don't
Oh,
wanna do crypto." Like, it was bad. The commercials were bad. The game was terrible.
yeah. I mean, I liked the outcome.
Yes, I like the outcome too. I think Seattle winning was for the best.
Yes.
Seattle, if you guys don't know, made history. They were the first team to go through the playoffs. They had a quarterback who threw the most turnovers in a season. This season,
Oh, poor
he threw a bunch
Sam.
of turnovers. He was number
That's a
one in
horrible
turnovers.
record.
Horrible, horrible, terrible. Went into the playoffs, didn't throw a turnover.
Good for him. He cleaned his act up.
Yes, and Sam becomes the first quarterback from that 2018 draft class to win a Super Bowl. He was not
Yay,
named
Sam.
MVP. He was not named MVP, but first QB from that draft class. So let's talk about the most anticipated part of the Super Bowl, the halftime show. Christy, did you watch Bad Bunny and his halftime show?
Okay, so we had a couple of TVs on in the house. We had one on in the living room, which was on the Bad Bunny one, and then I had to turn the one out back onto the Kid Rock one for the other people. I actually didn't watch much of either because I had BFO admins calling me saying, "We want to do a chat. We want to go live during halftime. Let's go live during halftime." So I ended up doing that and playing with Maya. And yeah, I turned around and I saw these giant moving trees. And then I turned around again and I was like, Lady Gaga. Then I turned around again. I was like, Ricky Martin. So yeah, I mean, for what I could hear, I was entertained.
Yeah, so okay, let's talk about the alternative halftime show. If you guys don't know what happened, a
There was like a violinist and a celloist or something, a cellist. Is that what they're
okay,
called?
so yeah, Bad Bunny
You know,
deserves its own segment,
you know
but
more
let's
about
talk
it than I
about
do.
yeah, let's talk about the Turning Point USA. So Turning Point USA is an organization. It's a political organization. That's not a it's very weird. Okay? They're extremely weird.
Politics suck.
Erica Kirk, I've never seen someone not mourning their husband ever in my life. Every time I see that lady, she got fireworks behind her. I don't know. But this was supposed to be the
Right,
alternative Super Bowl half show, the real American, even though Bad Bunny is American. Puerto Rico is an
right.
American territory, so he
Yes, it
is
is.
American. So first of all, an announcement came over Twitter that Turning Point USA couldn't even secure the rights to stream it on Twitter, which they advertised they were going to stream it on Twitter. So they couldn't even secure the rights to stream it
Oh,
on Twitter. It was supposed to stream during the actual halftime show. It did not stream during the actual halftime show. It streamed after the halftime show. Like a little bit like in the middle. It was like that like weird gap in between like the end of the halftime show and the start of the game when it comes back.
oh, see, I don't know because when I turned it on out there, it was on. And that was
It was
literally like they yelled at me, "Hey, come turn this on out here," as soon as the game went to the first commercial after, they talked for a
yeah.
little couple seconds.
It was somehow shorter and longer than the actual halftime show, which was crazy. The
Hmm.
big draw of the Turning Point USA halftime show was that it was going to be a Charlie Kirk tribute with a headliner in Kid Rock. Now, mind you, Kid Rock, Jesus Christ. Why anybody pays that man to go see his concerts, I do not know. That man's name is Robert, and he is from Michigan. I don't get it.
And he is
But
white trash.
he is you
Trailer
said it,
park
not
white trash.
you
Hey,
said
he
it.
said it before. He said it before. He's trailer park white trash. Like, I mean, ba would ba, and he wore a white wife beater.
That man is Kid Rock is something else on its own. But like the thing about it is that first of all, they got exposed because everybody was like, there are millions of people in here, but it's like have you ever seen bots like comment on stuff?
Yeah.
It was a bunch of bots comments on
Oh.
stuff. So everybody was like, "Oh my god, they bought viewers," because then it was like a bunch of people were in there, but then you looked up and it was like 5 minutes later, it was like dead. Like there was no chat, no nothing
Hmm.
because it was a live stream. By the time they got to Kid Rock, the game had started back up and he had just started performing his first song. It was hilarious to say the least. It was not well received, just letting you know. It was like there was no lighting, there was nothing like special about it. But Bad Bunny, his performance made all kind of history. So first of all, he was the first non-English language halftime show. So he wasn't the first Latin performer. That is J Lo and Shakira. They are the first Latin performers. He is the first non-English language halftime show in history. No subtitles, no nothing, just fire.
Right.
He also had a couple get married on the field. They had invited him to their wedding, and he invited them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they were getting
That's the Lady
married.
Gaga part that you saw.
Yeah, I had heard about the wedding part, and I was like, "Nah, that's gotta be staged." Like, I mean, like, they ain't really getting married. But then I heard the story where they had some leftover invitations, and they thought it'd be funny to invite him, and he said, "No, instead, why don't you come to the Super Bowl and get married in front of all of America?" And
Yeah.
half the other world.
Yeah. So then he invites Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin, and everybody's like, "Well, why did Lady Gaga perform and not Cardi B?" And that's because everybody found that Bad Bunny is a die-hard Lady Gaga fan. Like
That's
die
awesome.
Lady like wears the merch and everything, like die hard. And of course, Ricky Martin is Ricky Martin. Like who doesn't love Ricky Martin? Okay.
Right?
Then you have the fact that he was the most viewed halftime show of all time, beating Kendrick Lamar's record from the previous year. And then of course he had the famous casita that he
Mhm.
had at his concerts. And in the casita, he had Jessica Alba, Ronald Acuna Jr., who is a baseball player for the Atlanta Braves, Cardi B, and Pedro Pascal. Oh, and Carol G.
Yeah.
It was just great vibes. It was great vibes. He ended it with a strong message, and now people are trying to ask who's the next act going to be for next year's Super Bowl. So,
You know
Christy,
what?
who
I
do you
don't
think?
care who the next act is. I'm more excited at the fact that they the logo. Did you see the logo?
Yes, and
Did you see how
yes,
excited I am about this logo?
yes. So they also the NFL, I will
I'm gonna
say
lose my
whoever
mind.
is on their social media marketing team, hilarious. So do you know who the funeral stud is?
I heard that this person who is out there releasing the balloons for the next year's logo for the Super Bowl, yeah, performed
Mhm.
at funerals. I don't know much about the person, but I'm like totally intrigued.
This is to David, my friend David, whose comments never comes out. He said NPCs. I don't know what he's talking about, but whatever. Um, remember we talked about what NPCs were last show. What are they?
NPC, non-political content.
Non-playable character.
That's
Background
right.
character.
Sorry.
Non-playable
I
character.
need to write that down. Hold on.
Um,
I got my notebook right here. Once I write it down, I won't forget it. Remember, I have short-term memory loss. Okay, sorry. Proceed. NPC.
non-playable character.
Yep.
But um no, so the funeral stud, she got so somebody recorded her at a funeral. I'm gonna say about 6 months ago. It's been like 6 months. It seems like 6 months. It probably wasn't 6 months. So somebody recorded
Really?
her at a funeral singing an original song, and then a bunch of more videos went viral. And the song that she was singing was like an original song, but not an original song. It was very funny. Um, so yeah, she did it on New Year's Eve. She was at the New Year's Eve countdown, and then they used
Oh.
her to announce the Super Bowl LXI.
Yeah.
LXI.
Yeah.
LXI. LXI. LXI logo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And it's
we have that,
orange.
but I think
It's
I
got
know
orange.
yes, it does have orange. It
You know
does
what
have
that
orange.
means.
It's beautiful. So being that we're still talking about the NFL, let's get into some NFL news. We had the NFL honors. Of course, we had so
Wait,
much
you
happen.
hold on. You cannot just gloss over one of the biggest conspiracy theories in the NFL with the Super Bowl logo.
Please talk about the Super Bowl logo conspiracy. I actually
It,
don't know about this.
what?
No, I don't. I have
This
no
is why
clue.
I'm losing my mind. Oh my gosh. Why didn't you say, Christy, why are you losing your ever loving mind about this? I mean, you
Yeah,
know, I don't get this excited about stuff unless it's like, so the conspiracy behind the NFL Super Bowl logos is whatever colors are in it represent the teams that are already going to be in it.
I do know about this. Okay, I do know
It's
about this
orange.
because
Hello.
got you. Got you. You want to know how I do know about this? I remembered this. It's
Okay.
because everybody thought last year, wasn't it the Ravens and the 49ers? Didn't they think that the Ravens and
Yeah.
49ers were going to be
Yeah.
because it was orange and purple? No,
Yep.
red and purple. And
Was it
then
red and
everybody
purple?
was like, yeah, it was red and purple.
Okay.
And it was like it was like specifically those two colors to where it was like, well, it seems like the NFL is telling you that the 49ers and the Ravens are going to the
Right. But it can also be inverted colors too, is what some
mhm,
people are saying. So but like I
it's
had one.
orange.
Yes, it's orange.
No, David is not the Denver Broncos.
No.
He's not the Denver Broncos.
You know
And
what?
he
One of my coworkers said that, and I'm like, no, it's for the Browns.
is not the Denver Broncos. And what he was saying NPCs towards is the other halftime show, not the Bad Bunny one, but the
Oh, the one
weird
that
Kid
nobody watched,
Rock
the Kid
one.
Rock one.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you the other thing. It
What?
wasn't even live. It was pre-recorded.
Sucker the blue.
Yeah, so it wasn't even a live performance. It was a pre-recorded performance, which makes it even worse
Yeah.
because like you can go in and you can cut it down,
Yeah.
but you chose not to.
Should not have technical problems if it's recorded. But anyway, yeah. So this is why I'm so excited about the releasing of the Super Bowl logo because it is orange. Okay.
Yes.
That means we're going to the Super Bowl.
Hey, you believe in them. The Browns do need belief. But let's talk about
Okay.
the NFL honors.
All right.
Let us talk about it. So, at the NFL honors, of course, every year we get a plethora of awards and we get the Hall of Fame announcements. So, here are the awards that were won. No surprise here. Matthew Stafford wins MVP. He had an MVP type season all year. Um, Everybody thought it was going to be him and Drake May. It was Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
For offensive player of the year, we had Jackson Smith Njigba, wide receiver of the now champion Seattle Seahawks.
Jackson Smith Njigma.
Jackson Smith Njigma.
Smith
I'm
Njigma.
Smith Njigma. I'm trying to look. I know the N in Nigerian is always silent. I know it's just hard. For the DPOY, the defensive player of the year, it couldn't go to anybody else. Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns. He wins defensive player of the year. Got a beautiful message from all of his defensive players. It was very sweet. And of course, his fellow DPOY in the NBA, Evan. Hold on. I'm sorry. Evan, of course. Then for offensive rookie of the year, we had Teratoya McMillan from the Carolina Panthers. He was a wide receiver. I, up until this weekend, had never heard of this man.
Neither had I. Like who?
For defensive rookie of the year, you had Carson. Please say his last
name.
Schlesinger. Linebacker for the Schlesinger. Stupid. Linebacker for the Browns. He had been winning like defensive rookies all season, so he's like everybody.
He's amazing. Walk on. No, like
walk on.
Wasn't even being looked at when he was leaving high school. Was a walk on, and now look. Like it's just amazing what you can do when you believe in yourself and you got the right people surrounding you.
Yes. For protector of the year, Joe Thuney of the Chicago Bears. So what is wrong with me today? Chicago Bears. Protector of the year.
Seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Got all kinds of side effects.
For comeback player of the year, and this was no surprise, he only won comeback player of the year because he was healthy for the first time in a very long time. Christian McCaffrey of the San Francisco 49ers. Really, really think about it. Think about it.
Yeah.
He was healthy for the first time in a very long time.
Right.
Coach of the year. Coach of the year and assistant coach of the year go to Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels of the New England Patriots. I don't understand Josh McDaniels somehow winning awards when he is a terrible head coach. He somehow is a good offensive coordinator, but terrible head coach. I don't get this man.
Hey, sometimes it's just like when a college quarterback doesn't equate to an NFL quarterback. Sometimes you are just so offensive minded that you maybe just tend to forget about the rest of the team. And that's why you'd make a better offensive coordinator than a head coach. And like a lot of guys go back to being offensive coordinators after being head coaches because they can't do it.
Yeah.
Look at Miami.
He's clearly one of them. Walter Payton Man of the Year goes to Bobby Wagner of the Washington Commanders. Christian McCaffrey also won the Salute to Service Award. And then Miles Garrett also won the Deacon Jones Award. The Jim Brown Award went to James Cook of the Buffalo Bills. The Art Rooney Award went to Bubba Baker from the Arizona Cardinals. The Moment of the Years went to Caleb Williams' game-winning touchdown pass in overtime to DJ Moore versus the Green Bay Packers. And the FedEx Ground Players of the Year were Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. And then the Pepsi Rookie of the Year was Tyler Show of the New Orleans Saints. And again,
Who?
first time I've heard of this man, like at all.
Like,
I didn't know. Yeah.
I follow college. So for me to not know a rookie's name in the NFL now is quite odd. Like I've usually heard the name in passing, but oh well.
I've never heard of that man.
Congratulations, dude.
Yes. Congratulations, Tyler Show. The Fan of the Year was Ed Callahan from the Philadelphia Eagles. The Don Shula High School Coach of the Year was David Ettinger from Garden High School in New York City New York State. And Dylan Smith from Palisades Charter High School in California. And then, of course, the NFL Flag Players of the Year went to Ava Rotundi and Bryson Wright. So that's all the awards. Now, the 2026 Hall of Fame class, no surprise here. All the players that are on this should be on here. Drew Brees makes his, like, who didn't think Drew Brees wasn't going to make it?
Right.
Roger Craig makes it after what, almost 30 years, more than 30 years.
Well,
Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, and Adam Vinatieri. All rounded out.
Vinatieri. God, there's gonna be so many New England Patriots fans in Canton. That sucks.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, Hall of Fame weekend in Canton, big deal. Big deal. But yeah, no, I don't think anybody had any problems with the people who won. I didn't see any, like, this is the first time in a long time I didn't see anybody like throw a fit on who won what. Everybody kind of was like, whatever.
Yep.
Like I told you, this was like a weird Super Bowl week. Yeah. But we have to get to the biggest story of the NFL. And that is James Pierce Jr. If you don't know who James Pierce Jr. is, this man
lost his ever-loving mind, evidently.
He really did. So James Pierce Jr. was dating Rakia Jackson of the Los Angeles Sparks. They'd been dating since college. She had also been there on his draft day, but things got weird towards the end of last year. So Rakia was playing at a game. I forgot where at, but he showed up. But Rakia had also mentioned right before that she was single. So everybody was like, you're single, but he's still showing up. But this past weekend, right before the Super Bowl, just this Saturday, James Pierce Jr. was arrested for evading and resisting arrest. So how this goes is that apparently he had been calling and texting Rakia Jackson. She had broken up with him. He'd been calling and texting her, and he started stalking her. She was actually on her way to the police station to make a report against him when he started following her in her car. Like, he was following her. She noticed he was following her.
Yeah.
And he actually tried to come up to her and open her door. She then proceeded to drive towards the police station. He gets in his car, starts chasing her, and actually somehow rams her vehicle head on. So then she is able to get out, get to the police station. She tells them, they go chase him. He's somehow still driving his car again after a head-on collision. He drives his car. He collides again. He runs out of the car, and eventually he is arrested after resisting arrest.
And when he took off in the car after hitting hers and the cops caught up to him, he actually like bumped into, I don't know if he technically like ran over the officer, but he bumped into one of the officers that was trying to make him stop, of course. So yeah, he's gonna have quite a few charges against him, and she is already coming out and willingly saying that she will testify against his ass. So
Yes.
she's gonna nail him to the wall, which is good because that's some psycho crazy stuff. Like, not cool.
Yeah, he apparently now faces 5 felony charges, 1 misdemeanor. Yeah, she has also come out and saying she is willing to testify, but that was one of the most scary like stories reading about that. I genuinely was like, "Yo, this is not even like a this is like just it was just really scary. It was
Yeah.
really, really scary." It was like I
Yeah.
don't even
To
want to
read
like
that, like, and to be a woman and just even thinking about yourself being in that situation or somebody that you know being in that type of situation, it's freaking scary. I mean, she was literally on her way to the police department and thank goodness she was able to get away from him and get to the police department in time. And, maybe it's a good thing that he did lose his mind as much as he did because, there's no way he's ever going to be allowed anywhere near her ever again.
and he
And
shouldn't be allowed in the league, but it's the
no,
NFL and he somehow is probably going to wiggle his way back in there.
we'll
It's
see.
just Yeah, it's really bad, but
Yeah.
we're gonna move on from him. I don't like to give abusers attention on this show. Absolutely not. You deserve none of that attention if you're an abuser.
Yeah.
We do have some Browns news. Jim Schwartz did resign as defensive coordinator. We kind of knew that
Yeah.
after they didn't hire him as head coach, even though we all kind of agreed that he should not have been head coach because he was one of the first head coaches. I think he is the first head coach to go 0-16. Mm-mm, don't want that. So he resigns as defensive coordinator, and then the chief, David Njoku, announced that he was departing the Browns after 9 seasons. So that's kind of where we're at with the Browns. How do you feel about the Njoku news?
Well, with Njoku, I have been very vocal before. I think it was like 3 seasons ago, 4 seasons ago. I think that he needed to stop trying to be such a supermodel and actually like play his position, start catching the balls more, which he did that one season. And I was so proud of him for listening to me. But then he kind of fell into that slump again this last season. And Fannin Jr. is going to go in his place. So I'm perfectly okay with that. Um, because Fannin Jr. really, proved to himself, to the team, I think, and to the fans last season that he's ready to be a leader on the team. And so, will I miss Njoku's sexy ass being out on the field pregame with no freaking shirt on? Yeah, but I can watch that anywhere that he goes next. So, not too big of a loss.
Honestly, I think it's more of just a loss of like the Browns like had a camaraderie and he has been here again 9 years. I thought he would have stayed probably one more year because he worked with Tom Monken, but we wish him well.
He
9
might,
years 9 years in the NFL is a lot, though.
yeah,
That's
he
a
may
lot
not
on your
go anywhere
roster.
though. He may not get picked up.
Yeah,
If nobody wants to
yeah.
pay him, we might be able to offer him less and he might stay. So I don't think it's a complete, close the door shut, lock it, throw away the key or anything like that. So,
Yeah, that's pretty much the Browns news we had. We talked about Miles, of course,
and
depoy. We
now
kinda
he's
all
in
knew.
Milan, Cortina, watching his Chloe Kim. And her event is coming up Friday, right?
Yes, her
Okay.
event's coming up Friday. We'll get to the Olympics because the Olympics is wild, but let's get to the NBA real quick. The NBA all kind of crazy, but let's start off with the biggest shocker. LeBron James will miss his first All-Star game in 21 years. He's only missed 2 All-Star games in his entire 23-year career. His first year he was snubbed. He's made every single one, but the only reason why he didn't make the All-Star game this year is because he has sat too many games. Now the NBA decided to impede some rules because of time management and because of sitting players. So, if you don't know this, players have to play about, I think it was like 59% of the games to be considered for major awards. So, if you wanna sit players for time management purposes, and you don't want them on the court. The NFL, the NBA literally was like, "Yeah, I don't care. You're not gonna be eligible for awards."
Not an
So
all-star
like,
no more.
not an all star. So LeBron, not an all star in year, in first time in 21 years. So he will not be there.
Mm.
James Harden has made his way to the Cavaliers, and it's actually looking like it's going pretty well. The Cavs won against Denver. The pick and roll looks pretty good. That's
I
all
heard
I gotta
tonight
say.
I heard tonight they're all gonna have all the fans in the stands are gonna have beards.
Yes, the Cavs are providing fans with not clip-on beards, but like this weird beard thing.
It's a beard on a popsicle stick.
Yeah, it pretty much is a beard on a popsicle stick that you hold up to your face. If you guys don't
Great
know, the
gift
Cavs
basket.
will lean into certain things. Like one year, they I actually think I have it downstairs in my house. They gave away these winter hats. For Timofey Mozgov, he was in like this winter hat like ad in the
Oh,
preseason, and everybody just got this winter hat. I either don't have it. I think that was the season I left the team, but
oh,
yeah,
that's
the Cavs will lean into it. But we do
good.
have to get to two big stories that happen somehow, some way within the same like 24 hours. So,
Okay, do it.
do you know what happened with Alfred Sengun?
No. Well,
So
I might.
Alfred
I just no, I'm not good with names.
Alfred Sengun plays for the Houston Rockets,
Okay.
and on National Women's and Girls in Sports Day,
Last Wednesday.
Alfred Sengun during a game called the female referee Jenna Ronoon
Oh no.
a bitch.
Oh, not a good no. Oh,
And it wasn't just like one time heat of the moment, like, oh, like he called her a bitch
I know.
twice,
Oh.
got two technicals because you can't call a female referee a bitch. And then when he was ejected, called her a bitch again.
Oh, dude. Nah,
Yeah,
not good.
yeah. And the
Why are men
Rockets,
so stupid?
yeah, the Rockets had acknowledged National Women's and Girls in Sports Day. They had Kevin Durant make multiple posts. It was one of those things where it was like, you just don't care.
Wow.
You just
Um,
don't care. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so he called a female referee a bitch. So he released a statement this past Saturday, and he
And
said,
he disappointed his wife and his children and how he's a piece of shit and sorry.
no, 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 I'm gonna read it. He said, and I quote, his behavior was immature. He said, that was just in the moment, and I said some stuff I shouldn't say, but I felt bad about it. Sometimes you can't control yourself, but I should have known better. But I fixed
Mm.
it, and then I went to the locker room and I apologized. I shake her hand and said that would never happen again. It just in the heat of the moment, and she understood and was all good on both ends. I'm sorry. There's no way, shape, or form a man could call me a bitch three
Yeah.
times
Why are men
and
so
we be on
stupid?
terms. We don't be on good terms. You called me a
Right.
bitch once. Okay.
She
We're
might
we're
have
gonna
told you that you were on good terms just to get you out of her face because she was done dealing with you.
yes, but to call me a bitch three different times,
Yeah.
twice before I even give you a technical, and then the third time because you call me a bitch,
Yeah.
you you do it
Third time's a
again.
charm.
And then you
Yep.
say, "Oh, it's just because I was immature." Let me tell you right now, you
All men
words
are.
matter. Words matter.
Yeah.
Calling, you are a face. Unfortunately, he is a face in this league. You are a face in this league. And to disrespect a female ref who worked her ass off to get to that point
Yeah.
on a day that celebrates women and girls in your profession, let me tell you right now, Afron Sangoon, you're added to the list.
Dun dun dun. You're an asshole.
You're on the list. You are on the list. But yeah, that's
Wow.
pretty much. Oh, and then of course, we had the big thing, and that was the Pistons Hornets brawl.
Oh, oh yes. Yes. I love when the basketball players get into it. I mean, I love it when any sport gets so heated that they start throwing fists and it's not boxing.
Yeah, yeah, no, they brawled. It was between Musa Diabate and Jalen Duren. Musa kind of like, it was like a tangled up play, but Musa kind of headbutted him, and then Jalen Duren like pushed his face away, and that caused both teams to try to do what they do. You know
Mhm.
how NBA players do.
Yep.
They don't really fight. They kind of like tangle each other up. Hasn't been like a fight in like years, like years. But then Miles Bridges, whom also is on the list because breaking your baby mother's jaw,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy. But and not getting punished for it, crazy. So he
Even worse.
decides he's going to get in the mix. And then of course, Isaiah Stewart, a man who I once saw run at LeBron James like LeBron killed his parent. Like ran full steam at LeBron James like LeBron killed somebody.
Hmm.
Came off the bench. He had ice packs on his knees. Came off the bench and of course threw some punches at Miles
Yeah.
Bridges. But the NBA announced just past Monday. Oh no, because the incident happened on Monday. So they
Right.
announced today that Isaiah Stewart would get 7 games, which he should because he came
Okay.
off the bench.
Mhm.
Miles Bridges would get 4 games. Diabate would get 4 games, and Jalen Duren would get 2 games.
Eh, that's nothing.
It was it was one of those things where it was like, oh, this kind of, I'm like, okay, I kind of like it, but
Do they get
no,
those games suspended without pay?
probably not. It's the NBA.
Right, and,
And
like, there's so many games that they play a season. So, like I said, if 4 or 5 games off is nothing.
yeah, no. Charlotte is kind of like, this is not like a great spot for them to be in because they were on a 9-game win streak. They are battling for the final spot in the East. They are 25-29 with a lead over Chicago. Um, and Detroit's actually doing very well this year. I think they're number one in the league. I'm almost positive they're number one. But they also were fined. Isaiah Stewart got fined $700,000. Miles Bridges got fined $600,000. Jalen Duren got fined $80,000, and Diabate got fined $62,000.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's well over
Wow.
$2 million right there that the NBA
Yeah.
collected in fines.
Wow. Yeah, see, they should be promoting brawls. Maybe they could lower pricing on some of the shit.
Yeah, but it's been like, when I say it, like, we're in a weird time in sports.
Yeah.
It's just it's a weird time in sports.
Yeah.
One last, well, we're not one last sports thing, but one last major sports thing. MLB, the Guardians will report tomorrow on my birthday.
Yay!
It is my birthday tomorrow.
Are you
We're gonna
going?
get to, yeah, I'm going to Arizona.
Oh,
No,
that's
I'm not
right.
going.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I would love to go to Arizona. It's freezing cold here still.
Yeah.
But yes, the guards will be reporting tomorrow. That's just pitchers and catchers. The full squad will be reporting the 17th. And then, of course, in Major League Baseball, we have their version of the Olympics because Olympic baseball wasn't played for like 15 years, but it's now going to be played this year. It's very strange. We have the World Baseball Classic coming up in March. So that's about
Yay.
all the MLB news we got. Let's move on to the Olympics.
The Olympics have been nuts.
Nuts.
Nuts good,
Crazy.
nuts bad, nuts like what are you talking about? Like there's been some crazy stories going on there.
Yes. So the medal tracker stands with Norway and host country Italy at a total of 13 medals. And bringing up third is the USA. The USA has 4 golds, 6 silvers, and 2 bronze. Italy has 7 bronze, 2 silvers, 4 golds. And Norway has 7 golds, 2 silvers, and 4 bronzes. After the United States, Germany is next with 8. And they're also tied with Austria and Japan. And the rest of the countries have at least 2 to
Nice.
4. So United States up there, we kind of always figured. I'm gonna say this: the Winter Olympics isn't our jam. Summer Olympics is more of our jam. Winter Olympics is kind of there for the vibes.
We need
Okay,
to step it up though.
we do need to step it up.
I mean, like,
So there's
go
just
ahead.
so much craziness happening. So what? Give me your craziness, because I want to
Okay.
talk about the craziness that I saw.
Okay. The first crazy story that came out from the Olympics was the fact that they were now like 3D measuring the ski jumpers because evidently they were enlarging the crotch area.
Yes, yes, yes. I do know about this.
For
So
more hang time.
yeah. So do you know what niacinamide is?
Yeah, so what, huh?
So niacinamide is something that you put on your skin. It's like something that can go on your skin. It like helps rejuvenate it, right?
Oh, so I
So
should use it.
that's yeah, honestly, yeah. Everybody should use niacinamide. It's it works very good on the skin.
Okay.
That's what they were pumping in there allegedly. Yeah, yeah. So apparently, if you have a bigger junk, it makes the hang time longer.
Well, the suit, okay, so what they were talking about is not the actual body, but it's the suits because the suits are supposed to be super skin tight, just like on the speed skaters. They're super, super tight. And as a speed skater, you don't want parachute pants in the like what MC Hammer used to wear because you're going to
Mhm.
catch air. But when you're jumping, you want the hammer pants because it'll catch air. Now, of course, I'm exaggerating because the crotches aren't that big on these suits. They're still pretty much skin tight, but they're just stretched a little. The suits are just a little bit bigger in the crotch area, hanging down a little too low. So they're doing 3D measuring now to make sure that the suits are actually fitting up closer to the body and not giving it space for air to catch.
Yeah, it's just that was the craziest one to me. So that one, then we had the Lindsey Vonn story. So if you don't know,
Yeah,
Lindsey Vonn came out of retirement. She won all of these competitions. She was geared up, ready to go. She did a competition, I think it was last month, and she
3
tore
weeks
her
ago.
AC. Yeah, 3 weeks ago, she tore her ACL,
Yep,
but she was somehow able to still practice, go through runs, all these like she was ready to go. And then
yep,
on her
and
run
then
in
she
the
went.
Olympics, she crashed and she had to be medvaced again. And American did end up winning the same event.
Breezy.
Yeah, Breezy Johnson. Somebody said that they were blackfished by her name because her name is Breezy Johnson.
Oh my God.
Yes. So they were blackfished by her name. But yes, so Breezy
Uh,
won the downhill skiing event, and Lindsey Vonn, of course, she's
Had her third surgery today.
yeah, she had a third surgery.
That
But
poor girl.
let's get to one of the craziest stories. So, Christy, do you know about the ice dancing drama?
I know about the ice dancing competition. I Dominic and I were watching it, of course, Saturday. I think Friday night going into Saturday too. Um, I loved the Canadian performers. I thought it was hilarious every time they went to do either like a jump or he was going to lift her up because his face got so serious and you could tell you were like, oh, he's going to have to struggle here. And she wasn't that big. But I loved the Americans, the Paint It Black routine, and they did the Lenny Kravitz medley before that. Thought it was great. The French team, they did a medley to actually no, they did Vogue, Madonna, right?
Mhm.
Um, they were an interesting couple.
Yeah, we'll talk about them. So, the ice dancing portion of the Olympics is to me always my favorite because
Yeah.
let me tell you something right now. Ice dancing, craziest lore you will ever see. So one of the coaches for Canada, he's one of the most I think he is the most decorated Olympian. Him and his former partner. So it's Scott Moore and Tessa Virtue. They were the most decorated partner couple in ice dancing. So they retired after the 2010 Olympics in Vancouver. Meryl Davis and Charlie. won in 2014 in Sochi, and then they came back in 2018
Mm-hmm.
to kind of be like, "Nah, we're the couple," because they had like a weird rivalry in 2018 in Korea, and they won their final event together. So Scott is a coach for Canada. Why I'm bringing him up and why I say this is some drama is because Scott talked about his relationship with Tessa. And he was like, "Yeah, people don't know this, but we had to go to marriage counseling to figure out how to work together." Like she retired in 2010. She didn't want to like come back. He tried a bunch of girls. He tried to skate on his own. Tessa was the only one he could skate with. So they had to go to marriage counseling to figure out how to work together. They never dated. These two people never dated. They had been skating together since they were like 8 years old.
Well,
He got married and he revealed this week that he talked about her more than his own wife, and she wasn't even at his wedding. That is the wildest statement. He talked about the girl he skated with
yeah.
more than his own wife at his wedding.
Yeah. Well, okay. So back, we're going to rewind to when I was a little girl, when I used to watch ice skating. It was Brian Boitano, Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding, Christy Yamaguchi, um, Scott Hamilton. Like and there's the French skater. I can't remember her name, but she actually did a backflip during the Olympics, which was banned at the time. This was the early 90s. She did it. And the only reason why she did it is because she was out of medal contention due to being suspended or something, an injury. I don't remember. But so seeing Ilya do backflips during this competition twice, like blew my mind. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, they're doing backflips again. But anyway, when I was younger, when the couples were skating together, like, yeah, they're put together right at like 8, 9 years old. I mean, the Canadians, they've been together for 15 years. They're only 24 and 25.
Yeah.
So they've been together for a long time. And they practice together sometimes 8 to 12 hours a day for 5, 6, 7 days a week, depending on how close they're coming up to competitions. So they end up spending a lot more time with their partners than they do anybody else in the whole entire universe. And I think that's why a lot of them do end up getting married and having relationships. I mean, our US couple, they're married. I keep
Yes.
brain
Yes.
farting their names, and they are so freaking cute. They look like a Disney princess couple. Like, she's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And
Madison and Evan.
yeah, they're so cute. But I mean, so, and I'm sure at his wedding, people were talking about his profession, which is an ice
Hmm.
skater. So yeah, he probably did talk about his partner more than he did his now wife. And I guess, when you go into that type of relationship, unless you're in that and you know what it's like, you're going to have to know how to deal with it and handle it.
Yeah, I'm about to make it even worse for you. She wasn't at the wedding.
Oh, the wife wasn't?
No. Tessa wasn't at the wedding. Tessa is actually married to a former hockey player. I think they have 2 kids now, but that's just the Canada. So let's move on to what happened today. So
Yes.
Madison and Evan, they went on their first date at 16. They didn't start dating until 2016. They became partners during that time, and then of course they got married 2 years ago in 2024.
So
But
cute.
they were the favorites going into today's competition. Mind you, all of this happened today. So Madison and Evan now have actually 2 gold medals because USA won the team event last time and this time. So they now have 2 gold medals in the team event. But the controversy comes with the French couple that won. So the French ice dancers are Laurence Fournier Baudry and Guillaume Cizeron.
And they're
They
the ones
won
that did the
today.
Vogue.
Yes,
right? Okay.
they are the French couple.
Mhm.
There is so much controversy around them because they didn't partner up until just last March. So just
Yes.
last March is when they coupled up. So
11 months and they skate together. Like, I'm sorry, they skate together so well. Like when I saw that they've only been together for 11 months, I told Dominic, I was like, that's crazy because other ones have been together for like 11 years. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
but
Nuts.
no, there's the reason why there's controversy is because both had a separate controversy, came together, and everybody's like, why are they being sort of rewarded for their bad behavior? So Fournier Baudry, that's her name.
Okay.
She was a Canadian skater before.
Mhm.
Her last partner was a man named Nikolaj Sorensen, and he was suspended in 2024 after he was accused of assault of a former skater and coach. He denied the allegations and he was suspended from Skate Canada. And because she was his partner and she defended him,
She got suspended.
she didn't get suspended, but she
Oh,
kind of, everybody kind of looked at her like, girl,
blacklisted.
like, why are you like
Don't
this
defend
way?
him. Yeah.
Yeah, don't defend him. So also they were featured in Netflix's. They kind of have this series called Glitter and
Mhm.
Gold. It's kind of like the F1 series. They're doing it right.
Right.
So also, I forgot to mention he was also her boyfriend. He's also her boyfriend. Her former partner is also her boyfriend. So
Okay.
this man was accused of sexual assault, and he's also her boyfriend, and she defended it.
Right.
So then Cicerone, who's the man, the male skater, he
Yes.
actually won the 2022 Olympics in Beijing with his former partner, Gabriela Papadakis. They won the gold, and she released her memoir, so as not to disappear. And she wrote that under their partnership, she felt that as he was controlling, she was terrified of being alone with him, and it was bad. Now he tried to say her this was all a smear campaign, but
Right.
she's like, no, 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 no. Like it was bad. It was bad. So he's like, we started a new chapter, like we don't want to go forward, but everybody's kind of like, nah, bruh. One has a boyfriend who's an assaulter, and you have
Super
some,
controlling.
yeah, you're super controlling and have some allegations that are like, like nah, like nah. And this is again, this is just figure skating.
Right.
This is figure skating. We haven't even got to any of the other sports. So you have those two controversies
Mhm.
already. There was a skier who broke his neck. There
Yeah.
was one who won a bronze and then said, "Sorry that I cheated on you" to his ex-girlfriend and said he still loved her. That was yesterday.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes. And the
What country
ex-girlfriend,
was they from?
I think he was from Sweden. Then it
Like,
came out, oh no, I'm not even done. Then it came out that Sweden
uh-huh.
put in 10 bids for the Olympics and was rejected every time. 10.
Wow.
10 bids. You know how bad the Olympics got to be to say, we're not going to Sweden. 10 bids.
I mean, they're just south of there now anyway. You know,
Yeah.
they're pretty much in the Swiss Alps.
Yeah, so then we do have some history. We do have some history. Layla Edwards, who is from Cleveland Heights, Ohio, she became the first Black woman to score a goal in a hockey game. The USA
Yes.
demolished Canada
Yeah, we did.
5-0 in a match, and then Erin Jackson won her second career gold medal today in speed skating.
Nice. She's from Ocala, right?
Yes.
Yes. Because I was like, I remember watching her in 22, and I was like, what is that girl from Ocala doing on speed skates? Like,
Yes.
no, that's the horse capital of the world. Like, you don't speed skate when you're from Ocala.
So yeah, it's when I say it, like this Olympic again, we are 1 week into the Olympics. We got like a
Yeah,
whole nother
we have a
week
whole
of
nother
this.
week. Yeah. Well, not
This is
even because
crazy.
it's only Wednesday and it's didn't start till Friday. So we're not even a week into it yet. As I mentioned earlier, Chloe Kim's got her event coming up Friday night or
Yes,
Friday,
she
sometime
is
Friday.
number one. She was the first.
Yeah.
She ended qualifiers in first place. That's what I'm trying to say
Yeah.
today.
So there's a lot more competition left. I hate the fact that every single time I turn on NBC, I seem to only find curling.
Hey, curling's a great sport.
I
It
get
makes no
sucked into
sense.
it. Yes, trust me, we have gotten sucked into it so many times because I'll be like, all right, we're gonna get something to eat. We're gonna watch the Olympics. I turn it on and like, oh, curling. I mean, I'm glad that the Americans are doing great. But yeah, I want to see some of the other sports.
Yeah, it's about to get crazier. So we got Ilya competing. He's I think first in the men's
Yes.
program. We still haven't had the women compete yet. So you
No.
have Amber Glenn and Alyssa Liu. Amber Glenn, the defending national champion. Alyssa Liu, the defending world champion, and of course we have the Japanese team that is killing
Oh
it.
yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited. We did have another thing that happened. Jake Paul's fiance. I don't like calling her Jake Paul's fiance.
Oh
Her name
yeah.
is Judah.
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 I watched that.
Judah came in first in the
Yes.
100-meter speed skating. I don't like it when a woman is like she's better than that. She's a real athlete.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
real
She's
athlete
not
right
a
there.
YouTuber. He is her fiance.
Yep.
And I'll tell you
So
what, watching the speed skating I love watching that. It's so much fun. The relay speed skating was super confusing at first. Dominic turned around. He's like, why are they pushing each other? And I had to explain about that, but I'll tell you what, there was one American, I don't know what was going on with her. Every time she got up on her skates, she was on her ass. And I was just like, what the hell?
yeah, we're
Oh
about to have
no.
so much more in the Olympics. But let's move on to some pop culture stuff. We got to get to a bunch of pop culture stuff, like a bunch of pop culture stuff. It premiered today.
Did you start
It
watching it at
premiered
all?
today. No, I haven't. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Let's talk about the two stories that I've seen though. A girl
Okay.
thought she was putting her eye drops in, and she put nail glue in her
Yes.
eye and had to be rushed to the hospital.
Yep. You don't get to see her actually do it. You just see her when she comes back and she explained exactly what they did to her in the hospital. Spoiler alert, she can still see. What else did you hear?
Um, well, okay, so remember how I told you guys that a friend of a friend knows somebody on this season? I'm not gonna spoil what happens, but the
Yes.
person that is the friend of the friend that knows it is the guy. I think his name was Jared. I think it is Jared.
Okay. Okay.
He is the friend of the friend that knows. Um, so far, from what I've heard, one of my best friends is watching it. She said these men are demons. These men be walking red flags, and I'm like crazy,
And
crazy.
it's so sad because I think I'm at the end of the pod episodes. I think I might have one more pod episode left. I don't know. I think I'm like 5 episodes into it, maybe 4. But the first 4 or 5 couples that have met each other now face to face, I mean, you don't see them cringing or holding back at all, which is like, okay, this is a good start to this season because usually you get a couple of them that are like, you can tell right away, like, oh, they ain't gonna work out. I mean, there's a couple where you're like, okay, they need to shut the doors for them and let them be.
You always have that couple. You always have that couple. But
There's a
I'm gonna
couple.
say this. Are the pod episodes worth it this year? I genuinely that is the part of Love is Blind that I genuinely am like, I'll just watch a recap of the pod episodes because it's so boring. So
Well, and
boring.
see, but you don't know if the pod episodes are going to be worth a crap until later on, and we see what's going on when they're on their honeymoon and they're at home living together. I mean, like, it's hard to say whether or not these, because I could see when they meet up with the pod peoples, when they're all having the bachelorette parties, I could see where that would cause some trouble, because someone already slipped up and said their number one was actually their number two to the girls. And then she went into him and said that she had broken up, or that her and her number two broke up. And she was actually talking to the guy that was her number two, that she told to the girls was her number two. Yeah. I don't know how many people caught that, but I was just like, oh, I mean, like, how is she going to explain that to him later on when they watch it? Like, oh,
okay, I have to watch this hot mess.
I didn't mean to say that to you when we were in the pods. Like, I don't know.
I have to watch this hot mess now. I have to do it. Yeah, that's kind of all we have on that so far. Let's get to some other stuff real quick. Did you watch?
Yeah, I did. I knew they were gonna go ahead.
I'm gonna say this: if you watch Traitors, please, 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 please turn away very quickly. Come back in about 5 minutes. It's gonna be very quick.
Go like this.
So close your ears. Yes.
Yep. We'll tell you when to stop.
Yes. So somebody did get banished from the castle. That person was Candace Dillard Bassett. Candace, girl, I want you to make better decisions. Stop. Like, her going after Rob and nobody else going after Rob. Like, nobody else. Like, why would you go after Rob? And that's the most obvious thing. And when they all started talking about it, I was like, bruh, she's gonna get banished. She's gonna get banished. But Rob is who I thought he was. When I say Rob is a master manipulator, the Rob that we are getting right now is the Rob that I saw jump in the pool. When I saw that man cry and go
hide underneath the deck. When he was hiding under the deck, that cracked me up. I was like, that is not a man.
No, he's a man,
but
baby.
like now, like seeing it, like I freaking adore him. No, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with him.
No, like, he's a master manipulator.
Like, he'd be hilarious to hang out with, I think.
He's a master manipulator.
I would love to hang out with him. Yeah.
Which is why he's so good at this game.
The name of the game is Traitors. So
yeah. So he is the only traitor left.
Yeah.
But at the end of the episode, he does talk to Alan, and Alan asks him, does he want to talk to anyone else? Does he want to maybe create an alliance? And he decides to send a letter to one Mr. Eric Nam. Why would you make me try to I love Eric Nam. I truly do. I love that man. But Rob and Eric can't lie. He can't lie. He can't even lie on his own show.
No.
Like, he cannot lie.
Well, I think this is Rob's plan, because Eric's attitude is going to change and everybody's going to know it, and they're going to vote him out, and they're going to think that they got all the traitors out.
No. I have a feeling that Rob is going to go all the way.
It makes sense to Rob. Yeah,
he's going to go all the way, and he's going to
is
steal all the money. He is going to steal all the money. But let's get to two other things.
All right.
It's
not fair, because you actually see the episodes a couple days ahead of what I do. Okay.
I'm done with these people.
I am caught up of what's been released. And yeah, they drive me nuts. The fact that Whitney and Scott are done because an American chose him, like, wasn't his fault. I mean, like, granted, maybe he should have gone over and talked to her, but with editing, we don't know how much he talked to Whitney. So
yeah. So okay. So So let me explain this. So again, we had an American villa, which was like the Casa More, and then we had the regular villa, which is where all the British people were. Scott got picked to be in the American villa, whatever. He comes back in the house, and the girl who he was with in the American villa decides to pick him. So that breaks up his couple.
Yep.
But what's also happening is Belle, who was involved with Sean, while she was gone, he gets involved with Lucinda, the demon from the pits of hell, and she flips her lid and it's like, Sean, I was respectful to you because Carrington wanted her. Carrington wanted her. And let me say right now, Carrington is fine. Carrington is fine. I mean, it's
He's a
fine.
douchebag. But go ahead.
He's a douchebag, but he's fine. Carrington wanted her. She was respectful. She was like, no, like I'm respectful to Sean. Sean, like the Candyman, we all know he's not a respectful human. He's been this way for a really long time. So then that causes beef between her and Lucinda. And Lucinda's now mad because she's like, well, you came in the house and you were mean to me for this amount of days and this time. But now the tables have turned because I'm sorry, Christy, I'm going to spoil it a little bit. I was going to spoil it a little bit.
I know what's going to happen. Belle's going after Scott.
That's exactly. So close your ears, close your ears, close your ears. If you don't want to listen. Okay. So in the episodes that have just been released, we have now had the heart rate challenge. Scott and Leanne are flirting with the idea of getting back together, but Belle, here she comes. She's like, I want Scott. And all the girls are like, girl, but you was just with Sean. You was just crying over him, yelling at Lucinda. And now you want Scott, who's your friend. And now it's a whole thing where everybody thinks that Lucinda is somehow better, even though she's literally the worst. She's the Rage Bay Queen, that demon from the pits of hell. And now Belle is like the devil. It's too much happening. But you good now, Christy.
Okay.
But it's a hot mess season, and it's reminding me of OG Love Island, which is,
you know who's fine?
Zach with a C.
Oh, geez, with his little curl.
I don't understand what these UK men are doing to these women. For Millie to be like, I'm gonna marry Zach, I'm gonna become an American citizen, I don't care what it takes, let me have this man. What are they doing to y'all? Because Zach is doing the bare minimum, y'all.
He's paying attention to her and he's listening to her. That's what he's doing. But and yeah, I'm sorry, it wasn't Whitney, it's Leanne. I keep calling her Whitney. Why do I keep calling her Whitney?
Because they look alike. They do look alike. Sometimes I look at them and I'm like, you guys do look alike.
I'm glad you said that.
They do look alike.
Right. Whitney's coupled up with what's his name?
Shaq. No, not Shaq. It starts with a K.
Now he is fine.
Yes. He also flirted with Leanne and kind of had a flirt. It was very weird. They kissed.
Did they kiss? Because she took him into the garden. Yeah, and I'm sorry, but the one girl that was doing the charge it, I was like, this girl, I know that's not a saying, and she's trying to get this to catch on. And that's why she's saying this so much. She's trying to get that to be a new thing to say. You know, like when you stand on business, you know, no, she needs to stop with the charge it crap. I'll tell her to charge it on her credit card.
But yeah, a new episode has been released. I haven't watched it yet. Apparently, it's a hot mess. All the girls get into a fight. Leanne is trying to calm down Lucinda and Belle. It's a whole.
Oh, I can't wait.
thing.
I can't wait. Yes.
They are getting worse. They're getting worse.
Yeah.
I've never seen. Seeing it from their point of view was bad. This is worse.
Yeah. Plus, not only are we watching the train wreck of the housewives on their yachting adventure, but we're also seeing the train wreck, which is the kitchen.
Below deck. Yeah. Oh my God. So let's talk about it. So Ben, OG of Below Deck, been there since the early days. Alicia was on below deck,
Last
down under.
season.
She was the sous chef last season. Now, she came out and said that it was difficult to work with Chef Serena. Chef Serena, I'm telling you, I watched that whole season. She held her hand. She
Yeah.
made sure she didn't yell at her. The only beef was with Serena and what was her name? Was that chick's name? Laura. Laura.
Yeah.
Alicia is now working with Ben. I promise y'all, Ben, this is nice for him. Ben is a walking nightmare. I watched Ben in the middle of service once go to the captain about the chief stew, put on his official like outfit and go to the captain in the middle of dinner service and tell him I cannot work with the chief stew. Ben is a walking nightmare. So
Yeah,
him and Alicia are going back and forth. He tells Alicia he had to redo the muffins because the batter
they were
was
raw in the
raw.
middle.
And then raw in the middle. And Alicia feels like Ben is just picking on her and she's not learning. And so at the end of the episode, she goes to Captain Jason and is like, look, I can't work with him. She's like, I want to be a chef. I want to learn. I want to work with someone, but I cannot work with him if he's continuously nitpicking every single thing I do. And she cries. And Jason's like, look, this is already a nightmare. I'm short-staffed. And now
Yep.
you want to leave?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I know.
craziness.
I mean, poor Jason, first of all. But Ben keeps saying, and I did watch the after show, and he's there with Kate Chastain, and he's like, if she would just ask me, I would tell her. All you have to, like the medallions, she started, well, a medallion is a circular shape. So why are you cutting lemons into wedges? If he says a medallion, if you don't understand what he's asking you to do, say, I don't know what you want me to do. Can you please explain it to me? You know, but then she did try to say, like he said, to get him something to put something on. And she goes, do you want to put it in or do you want to put it on? Like, so she wanted to know, did he want like a flat plate or like more of a bowl to put stuff in? So she was getting kind of technical there. And this was like right around the time she burnt her hand. So she's just very emotional right now. And I think if she calms down and she actually does start talking to him more and asking him more questions when she doesn't understand what's going on, they would have a better relationship.
Now, mind you, this is literally the first charter. There has been no other charter. We are
like
2 episodes in. Yeah. It's day 2.
Day 2.
It's day 2.
She's already ready to quit.
First charter. Yeah, she's like, I can't do this.
She's young.
Yeah, she's very young. So my favorite commentary though from the whole like everybody watching this is everybody realizing just how much of a liar Heather is, because everybody's like, oh, Heather made it seem like her and Captain Jason had a thing. And Captain Jason's like, yeah, I met her once in Sydney. I thought she was okay.
Okay, no. So when you do watch the after show, he explains he was there with the new Chief Stew Daisy. And he says, because Daisy even said, you know, Heather said you guys fucked around, you know, and he goes, no, we just met up. We spent a lot of time together. We talked about a lot of different things. It was, honestly, he goes, we did get, you know, pretty in depth. They didn't canoodle. They didn't snog. They didn't lips. You know, it wasn't nothing like that. So, yes, Heather did try to seem like she was talking up more than what she actually did with Captain Jason. But, I mean, can you blame her? And look who she's talking to.
That man fine. Look, he is the hottest. That man fine.
Hey, he just had a melanoma removed from his chest, so keep him in your thoughts and prayers.
Yes. But yeah, no, we are almost done with this Housewives trip. Speaking of Housewives, I'm gonna get into some quick pop culture news very, very, very quickly. I'm gonna wrap this. I'm gonna wrap it.
It's been on forever.
Number 1, Jill Zarin was fired for a racist tirade against Bad Bunny. She was fired from the new reality TV show that was supposed to be a Roni spinoff. After she went on a super racist tirade, it was called The Golden Life, and it was gonna essentially follow the Roni girls in Palm Beach, which whatever. Okay. Not really excited about that. I don't really want to see Ramona Singer on my screen. I don't really like her anymore. Like, whatever. But yeah, she is Yeah, she is off because she decided to go on racist rant. Summer House, we are 2 episodes in, and Kyle and Amanda are still bickering, and Amanda hates that man, and I fully understand because she revealed this week to Lindsay Hubbard that Kyle went out with his brother, and she didn't know where he was, and come to find out, he slept at a fan's house after a house party. So that's crazy. Um, Sadly, we did have a death in Hollywood. James Van Der Beek, formerly of Varsity Blues and Dawson's Creek and Don't Trust to Be in Apartment 23, passed away from cancer. He was diagnosed a couple years ago. He showed up at a Dawson's Creek reunion a couple months ago. He looked very sick. And he did an interview, I'm going to say either last month. It wasn't that long ago. I think it was last month where he said that the reason why he looked that way is because he had an illness prior to that. But he passed away today. It was announced by his family. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, Cardi B and Stephon Diggs. So
Diggs.
before we get
That's a
to
mess.
before we get to anything else, so if you don't know Cardi B and Stephon Diggs, so first of all, Cardi B did make an appearance in the Casita
Yes.
during Bad Bunny's
Halftime show.
performance.
Yep.
But the drama starts with Stephon Diggs. So Stephon Diggs was arraigned, I think it was Monday. Yes, arraigned on Monday in a Massachusetts courtroom, stemming from charges of strangulation. So he had a bad week before this. So last week this time, Cardi B was at a Super Bowl party. She's asked about Stephon, and she was like, whatever. She kind of blew it off. Then people noticed on Sunday that a girl that wasn't Cardi B was with his parents, and then it came out later that he had 4 different women in the stadium, and everybody was like,
Oh, and she was saying, "I love you, baby," when he came over to say hi to his parents.
Mm-hmm.
He reached up, grabbed her hand. She, "I love you, baby." No, I didn't hear him say anything, but you also can't see his face or read his lips. So,
yeah. So, yeah, that's not even Cardi B. So then Cardi B on the field, she's in the casita performing with Bad Bunny. And then during the game, Stephon Diggs gets punched in the face. So he had a weekend, and it's just been a lot that's been going on. And again, I told you so much is happening. Yeah. Don't feel sorry for this man. He literally don't feel sorry for this man.
Yeah.
Puka Nacua decided that this also has to do with pop culture because it got picked up. Puka Nacua decided to go on Twitter and put Sam Darnold and a laughing emoji.
Yes.
And his team, Sam Darnold's team was like, you are at home. Like, calm yourself down.
Yeah.
Like, calm yourself down. In other news, we had a couple trailers released during the Super Bowl. That happens all the time. But remember how I said there is one act that people want to perform, and they're like, this will really get the people mad during next year's Super Bowl halftime show? I think they should perform BTS.
That'd be great.
If BTS was to perform during next year's halftime show, that actually works out perfect. They're going on a world tour.
We get Huntrix too.
You could get Huntrix.
I want them all.
You could get Huntrix.
I love their songs. At least I can understand them.
Yes.
You can dance to it and you can understand it.
Honestly, I told you, K-pop. Remember how I broke it down last week?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So let's get to some other stuff. So current internet obsessions. I'm, of course, watching my 4th K-drama. I'm sorry. I was watching it right before the show. I was watching it.
I forgot that School Spirits had an episode come out at like 3 a.m. this morning. So I didn't watch that episode today. So I have that to watch tomorrow along with Love Island.
Yes. So much. But we are going to end the show.
Finally.
Guys. It's my birthday tomorrow.
Yay, tomorrow. Happy birthday to you tomorrow. Happy birthday to you tomorrow. Happy birthday, dear tomorrow. Happy birthday to you.
Yes, I will be turning a whopping 31 years old, guys. I'm getting up there.
Hey,
Yes,
you know
my
what?
birthday tomorrow.
30s were better than my 20s, and my 40s are definitely better than my 30s. So far, it just keeps getting better. So you're aging like a fine wine. You're still very young, getting in your prime though. So you got a lot to look forward to.
Yes, my plan tomorrow is to do as little as possible. I will be going to get all my birthday freebies. I'm going to treat myself to some Korean barbecue, and then I'm gonna come home and eat my chocolate cake with mousse toppings, cookies, and
Oh, you're
brownies.
watching
Guys,
K-pop shows or your
while
Korean
I'm
shows.
watching K dramas, the one I'm watching now is called When the Phone Rings. I'm on the edge of my seat. That's why I was looking that way at the beginning of the show. But yes, it is my birthday tomorrow. But guys, we gotta end the show.
I gotta pee so bad.
Christy has to pee.
I'm dancing in my seat.
But guys, we have to end the show. Now you know what we do at the end of the show, you guys. Please follow Inside Edge Network on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow Jersey Chasers on Instagram, TikTok. Go to our Spotify, listen on YouTube. You can listen to the show, guys. Also, once again, shout out to Alley Rose Fragrances. Alley Rose Fragrances is now a network sponsor of the Inside Edge Network.
Yay, we got one.
If you use the code Inside Edge 20, you will get 20% off your entire order. And being combined with other promotions.
Stack them.
Stack them up. Stack them up.
Give them discounts.
Again,
I love a good discount.
Alley Rose Fragrances. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, at Alley Rose Fragrances on Instagram. Thank you for sponsoring Inside Edge Network. You are a great network sponsor. We love you. We love you. We love you. But guys, we gotta go.
Like, I really gotta go.
Yeah. We will see you next week. Also, next week, I'm going to announce this here. I don't know if Double A wants me to announce it, but I'm going to announce it next week after Jersey Chasers. We will be having an MLB preview show. I will be on with some of the network's finest. It's going to be at 10 o'clock. Please tune in live after Jersey Chasers. I will be joining the boys as we preview the Guardian season because, again, like I said earlier, Pitchers and Catcher reports the 17th. So on the 18th, next week, right after you watch us, watch the live show. Yeah. Watch the live show. Yeah. But guys, we gotta go.
Yep. See you.
Christy's gotta go. I gotta go. We love you. Bye.